birthday. I want to acknowledge firstly that we're gathering and marching on unceded Algonquin territory. And I want to thank generations of Indigenous women who've taken care of this land for thousands of years and who continue to fight for Mother Earth on behalf of all of us. Down there in the bright red hat and boa, that's Catherine Butler. As one of the many, many organizers, I wanted to take the time to thank the people that made it possible. I want to thank the national organizing team because there was communication across all the cities and international as well. I want to thank the group in Washington that inspired us all. There's been a lot of people along the way that supported us with time and energy and money, and I want to thank that. I want to thank the performers who are going to pour their souls into their craft and add energy to this event. The speakers are going to take what we're feeling and put it into words for us. Personally, I want to thank Catherine Butler for taking the lead and rolling this forward for us. And our families who are willing to step in and do whatever it took to get to this stage. We have some amazing friends who have jumped in and taken the lead on a lot of things, so I got to give them a big shout out also. And I'm going to thank Donald Trump. It may sound shocking, but let's face it. Donald Trump is not eloquent or intelligent enough to create a hate in people that did not exist already. Despite all the power he thinks he may have, he does not have the power to create intolerance and disrespect that people were not already open to. What he did was give the people that were already bigoted and sexist permission to speak their hate openly. He made them feel it's acceptable to call people names, troll the internet, and try to promote white nationalism. He made it safe women as though they were nothing more than the sum of their body parts, and to score them on a 10-point scale, to minimize them, and when called on to say it was okay because it's just locker room talk. Dehumanizing another person is ever normal. He made it safe for those who used to be outspoken and for their attitudes to come out of the woodwork, but he didn't create them. We can't fight an enemy that we don't know exists. And when these views go underground, we can't challenge them. So thanks to Donald Trump, we have this opportunity now to teach people why hate is wrong, why intolerance is not productive, why societies are stronger when we embrace everyone, regardless of how they look, and appreciate all the talents we bring to the table. Progress as a society. Maybe we hadn't solved all the problems that we had, but we've made some gains. And thanks to Donald Trump, we know that we have more work to do. We can't put our feet up and coast on the work that the civil rights activists did before us. We have to unite, we need to stay strong, and we have to keep making society better for everyone. Well, here we are, all together, to make it clear that these people, that race, ethnicity, skin tone, the shape of your genitals, none of these things can influence the quality of a person's character. None of these inherently make you dangerous or bad.
Just nasty.
But you know what makes people dangerous? It's hatred. And that is the hatred that fuels white nationalism. The one that fuels homophobia, racism, and misogyny. My message to those that embrace these ideals. You can hate all people all you want because they're different, but know that when society is at risk, it's not because we're allowing people that look different from us on the outside into our communities. It's because we're allowing hate to fester within people unchecked. Bad people, dangerous people exist across all races, cultures, communities, and nationalities, and regardless of any other socially imposed characteristic, people driven by hate are more alike than they are different. And in Canada, we're not immune. We have politicians and their supporters talking about immigration screening, abolishing the Indian Act without consulting Indigenous peoples. Canadian values tests. Well, we are all here to say that anyone that does not embrace empowering women, minorities, Indigenous people, the LGBTQ2S community, newcomers to Canada, or any other vulnerable group fails our Canadian values test. Giant. And now we know that there is work to do. The last thing I asked myself before I went to bed on November 8th is, what am I going to tell my daughters? Well, this is my answer. I'm going to tell them that we're going to tackle hate head on. We will not tolerate ugliness. We won't leave it unchallenged and unchecked. And how are we going to do that? How do we not only we educate, we dialogue, we teach why hate is wrong, and vote! Help build their economies. We teach the value of a woman is in the quality of her character and ideas, not her measurements. We teach hatred is not an inherited character flaw of any person based on genetics. It builds when people feel resentment, which develops when people feel disenfranchised from the mainstream. They feel alienated, and when they are not educated, hate begets more hate. It's our job now to find the alienated, the disenfranchised, the uninformed, and bring them in. Show them the way, teach them what is right, but also to show them that when your hatred challenges the rights